Hi, it's Joy and today I'm going to be watching Batwoman Season 1 Episode 12, Take Your Choice, which I'm hoping doesn't mean a choice between Beth and Alice, but I feel like it probably will do. And yeah, I am loving Batwoman, but I'm very stressed about what's going to happen next, so yeah, let's go. I knew this actor would be back.
Mouse character.
I don't trust this guy because his actor is too well known.
Thank you, Dr. Campbell.
Don't thank him, he's not trustworthy.
Eliminate the threat at any cost.
And that's not good police work.
Honestly,
kind of police brutality.
I'm ordering a B-42.
Sure you can do that.
Not a B-42.
Command, shoot to kill.
Oh, it's hard because that's not like accurate or good police work. Oh dear.
I can't breathe. Okay.
Now what the hell is the problem?
I'm obviously having an asthma attack and in need of medical attention.
Okay, I'm sorry, your
Why
asthma
is the
attack's
process
not
difficult
there.
for you to grasp? So if you could just tell
Stay down.
Stand down.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Someone in the back.
Oh god.
What's going on?
Is Batwoman protecting them? Because, yeah, they'd be like, why did Batwoman protect? Like, they'll know Mary was smuggling someone. That's cool.
Holy police state, Batwoman.
Mm-hmm.
Find
Where's
What are
Alice?
we looking for?
Here's Alice. Oh god. Rest in peace. I don't like this.
But I won't stop until I do.
You missed all the fun. Batwoman showed up and saved us. That's fortunate.
Where does she think Kate went?
Plus,
May I? I'm no expert in.
Kate found time to get her hair done.
Tomorrow we're living on borrowed time, except we're borrowing it from each other. As cells decay, the body goes haywire, synaptic misfire.
No, thank you.
eventually, it's about 7 hours from now.
That's not good. Because I don't feel like this show is going to keep Beth over Alice. And I don't feel like we can properly save Alice. If we could combine them somehow, maybe we could help save Alice.
You are not going to die, right?
Okay, so when in your mind did I become proficient in extraterrestrial cell decay?
And oh, by the way, I swear I'm not Batwoman.
She could ask as Batwoman. Sophie and her have a kind of decent relationship. This crow is not very good at like actually checking.
Get away from me.
Mouse.
Hmm.
It's me, my darling.
Alice?
Yes. Who the hell else?
She's about to learn there's another one.
Me.
She's gonna leave him.
It's on me to find her.
I don't like this kind of behavior.
my city.
Remember me, Commander?
He really would need to be in protective custody, as he's essentially a police officer. Oh dear.
3 hours and 37 minutes you have left. Probably just
God,
kill
that's
faster.
so much time has gone.
Well, the other has to die.
It's so hard because, you know, Alice is Kate's Beth in a way. Alice is the one. This is the one. The original one. That Beth knew, but then she's also a psychopathic murderer, whereas Beth isn't.
Not. You haven't exactly made yourself available.
Mm-hmm.
Here I am. Smart.
Not gonna be impressed by this Beth because she's got the life that she deserved.
On the riverbank after Mummy's car crashed into the river.
Oh god.
No one found me. But there was
God.
a crash. Was there not?
This is just really horrible. But like I said before, I think you can't guarantee that the car was in the same position and everything.
Got it.
She'll just kill her.
My knife is pretty good at subtraction.
Vroom. This is gonna end in tragedy, isn't it? Be careful, Alice will run off.
Beth needs you. We're running out of time.
Yeah, but if Alice runs off, you can't kill her. Okay, I don't want to kill either of them, but you know what I mean. You've already stabbed him.
Now I'm gonna kill you.
I doubt it.
Where
Please don't let Alice come here.
cosmic?
Oh god, I knew it.
Oh, look. Another. You are very, very useful.
Oh god. Oh god. Shouldn't have let Alice walk off, because Kate could have easily incapacitated her in that state. And then come back to be with Beth. We don't trust this guy. You let Alice in a minute ago, God. If you're still the same one.
That's precisely the point.
Is it his dad?
You aren't.
I wondered that earlier, but I didn't think.
No.
Oh, no.
You looked at me and you saw a monster.
So he became a monster.
She saw the window to the world.
You both did, both children.
ever betray her.
Probably gonna die. I mean, I hate the dad, don't get me wrong, like, probably more than I hate Mouse and Alice, but Mouse and Alice are also murdering psychopaths, so I don't like any of them. I feel sorry for the children. Oh dear. Good job. We need a migraine to hit about now. Oh god. Yes! Oh. Oh, good job, Mary. I'm sure she'll find a way to get out, but good job.
Brilliant. Beautiful. Stepsister.
Yeah, that's what you've always treated her like. I mean, Alice has made a lot of choices and she's bloody going to escape, do not get me wrong. But Alice has made a lot of choices in her time that stopped me feeling as, like, sorry for her as I could do. I think she keeps making choices that mean I don't see her being redeemed. As much as I think I'd love that as a plotline, I don't really see it. And I feel so sorry for the child that she was, but the woman she's become, no.
Of the Wonderland gang.
Oh, she's telling them where to go to after Beth. Oh no.
Promise me you'll protect her, okay?
You're not having those conversations, okay? You're gonna make it through this. You just have to hold on.
What's the big deal?
Why? Okay, the hallucinations have definitely started.
This is horrible.
He's still single.
You sure this is how you want to spend your last 45 minutes?
Me.
Really?
Sophie.
Anyone
But if
else?
Sophie comes and shoots Beth, that wouldn't be lasting. Take her to the Batcave. She'll find out you're Batwoman, who cares, she's Beth. Get her to the Batcave. Mary should have called in that Alice was in her clinic. Come on, come on, come on, into the cave, into the cave.
What the hell is...
Come
The
on,
elevators.
I'm gonna be here any second.
Batcave!
Oh, wait, what? Crows find you, they will kill you.
Yes.
False alarm. Oh god. Hallucinations?
Slithered her way into
Assuming, like, I think Alice is going to survive this, maybe it'll be some kind of a wake-up call for her, morally speaking.
Father, by your sister, I don't have any remorse, Alice. You're evil through and through, and that's why Kate will never choose you.
See, maybe this is actually going to help Alice grow. Probably too late, but you know.
Kate's gonna pick me.
You've not done much to earn that.
For your sake, I hope that's true. I'll save you a seat now.
Because Alice deserves intensive
Finally found
psychiatric help.
something on this earth to be jealous of. Now you save every mom and sister.
Guilt can make sane people do crazy things.
This isn't guilt.
Nope.
This is courage.
Paragon of courage.
To save one. Beth.
It is a horrible choice to have to make.
My blood.
Because it's killing one
When
of
Alice
them.
poisoned me, my blood will regenerate enough.
It's horrible for her to have to make this choice. Mary should make it or something.
Okay. This is a no-brainer.
I know Alice is her sister in the sense that she was the one she grew up with, but she's a murderer.
Who killed my mom?
If I was Mary, I'd call it in that Alice was in the clinic.
The choice is yours.
This is the worst choice ever. Kate should not be the one to have to make it. Because Alice is the Beth she spent those first 11, 12, 13 years with. But Alice is a psychopathic murderer.
I knew you'd come back.
Is she here to say goodbye? Is Beth going to tell her to save Alice?
I'm sorry you're in this position.
I'm sorry you are.
Look, before you make your decision, somehow I understand her. If circumstances had turned out differently,
I didn't. I
Please.
didn't act. I didn't save her.
Is it not going to kill her?
I came to say goodbye.
I mean, I think that's the right choice. But I don't feel like the show's going to actually get rid of Alice. This is horrible, though. Oh, this is so horrible. Because Alice is a screwed up human who needs psychological care.
are you sure this is what you want to do?
Is it not going to work? Is it going to poison her instead or something?
Just asking that is proof that I made the right choice. My point.
They can't find the
I'll be there as
Batcave.
soon as I can.
Kate, I don't know how I can ever thank you.
You're alive, and that's all that matters.
If Alice survives this, she's going to hate Kate even more.
Good. You don't even know me.
You're a murderer, sweetheart.
I couldn't save you.
She gave you so many
And all I can
chances.
hope is that you find peace. Stay with me. I'm here.
This is horrible and I'm very stressed. God, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Please, please, please don't let them kill Beth. I'm so stressed. Because I don't see Alice dying and I don't want anything to happen to Beth.
I'll be back for you soon.
Oh, I'm so stressed. I don't want Alice. He's gonna kill Alice. He's gonna kill Beth. I feel sick. This is horrible. Is she gone? She's suddenly gonna wake up and they're gonna know Beth's dead. I'm fucking stressed. Get somewhere secluded right now. Oh no, 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 Sophie. If you do this, Sophie, I will hate you until the end of time and then some. Even though you think it's Alice, it's still, you don't need to, you could shoot her in the shoulder, couldn't you? And then you caught her. Shoot her in the leg, then you've caught her.
Back up for an arrest at the Twin Pines Inn.
No, 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 no.
No. Hey,
I knew that was gonna happen.
hey, no, come on, wake up, Beth. No, Beth, come on.
No, Kate doesn't deserve this. And she wakes up. Crap, because Kate's gonna know that Beth's dead. And Alice is gonna know Kate didn't pick her.
Let me die.
No, no, Kate. Well, this is a horrible turn of events and I'm not impressed with this show. I mean, it was an inevitably obvious turn of events, but no thank you. I mean, that was a brilliant episode, but I am not happy with the writers for giving us the emotions of having a good Beth, of seeing Beth, and of Kate kind of making that choice and suddenly believing that, you know, she could have Beth back. I mean, okay, by the looks Beth would have had to go out of town and hide until maybe they could convince the world that Alice, I mean, the world doesn't know Alice is Beth, it's just like Sophie, the dad, etc. So they could kind of, you know, convince the world that Alice was just some crazy girl and then bring Beth back as like, wow, she's alive kind of situation could have happened. And, you know, in some ways it's lovely because Kate has got to see what her life could have been, got to see what her life with her sister could have been, and to hear that they would have been that inseparable closeness, which maybe will help her keep fighting for Alice, because if you want any kind of Kate and Beth relationship, Alice is the only answer. But I mean, Alice is a psychopath, so she's not going to take it well that Kate didn't pick her, and it's going to just help her be eviler and eviler and eviler, and oh dear. I mean, I was really looking forward to this plotline of Kate and Alice being one where maybe they could redeem Alice in the long run. And you know, this episode, there was a moment where I was like, is somehow Beth gonna survive and Alice will die? What? I mean, I felt like Alice is too much of a central part of this show, and it's season 1 for them to have got rid of her, and that I was hoping somehow that Beth would live and then Alice would also live, or I don't know, that there'd be some kind of loophole, because we had like 6 different brainies and there are other doppelgangers, but like, so in the Flash, the doppelgangers that are the villains, have they replaced their original villain? So there's only one of them around, is that what we're meant to think? But yeah, I mean, as just someone that I don't like it when shows mess with your emotions intentionally, in that kind of like getting your hopes up just so they can crush them, and I feel like that's kind of what they did here. Now, I don't hate it to the extent that I could, partly because I saw it coming from the minute Beth walked in that she wasn't going to be around forever, and I've been trying not to let myself get too carried away by it. But just personally for me, and I know a lot of people won't agree with this, I find that, you know, doing something like giving Kate everything she wanted just to snatch it away is cruel, and like getting fans' hopes up is cruel, but at the same time it was bloody obvious that it was going to happen. I mean, the minute Kate was like, well, now you've got to leave the Batcave, it's like, they're not going to find the Batcave, are they? Because if the crows figure out the Batcave is in Wayne Tower, game over, show over. Oh, sorry, Bruce kind of outed you while you were gone. You know, they were never going to find it. So the minute they were like, you've got to leave safety, it was very obvious. I'm so glad it wasn't Sophie. I'm concerned because Kate will think it was Sophie. So yeah, that is going to be, and for a minute I really thought it was going to be Sophie, and then I was thinking, you know, like, okay, Sophie thinks it's Alice, but A, that's police brutality, you know, you could have shot her in the leg, there are so many ways you could have shot her that wouldn't have been fatal, and then Alice would have been in prison, and okay, yeah, maybe Alice will escape, but you can't just shoot people on sight. But at the same time, I still feel like as Batwoman, Kate could have said to try to explain to Sophie about Crisis. I mean, she went and talked to her about it, but she was like wishy-washy, like, oh, don't let this be how you're, like, it should have been, okay, look, Sophie, there has been a multiverse, these have collapsed. I know Alice is Beth Kane, but there is another Beth Kane who is not Alice. I promise you, like, there are two of them. You know, they could have done something like that. Or when Kate had Beth and Alice in the room and they both had their migraines, and then Alice was like leaving, and then Luke was like, don't leave, Beth needs you. She should have grabbed Alice, cuffed her, and you know, then it just would have been less like this. I don't know. But yeah, Mary should have phoned into the clinic and said Alice is in the clinic once she decided to go and save Beth, because, you know, if the Crows got there and shot Alice, I mean, happens quicker. I mean, you know, there are so many things I feel like with the writing that could have been done. And I mean, yeah, Kate Kane can't go up to Sophie and be like, oh, by the way, there's a crisis, because she'll figure out she's Batwoman. But Batwoman goes and chats to Sophie all the time. She could have tried to explain, and maybe that would have made a difference, and it would have at least stopped the Crows going to Wayne Tower, because, you know, Sophie would have been like, stand down, and that's a false alarm. Like, we've got an alert that the pranksters would be saying that that's where, you know, she was. So, I mean, personally, I think the episode could have handled the whole thing better. It was obvious it was going to happen, but there were lots of chances they could have done this. Obviously, those chances would have moved the plot in another direction. And, you know, it's just horrible. It's just really sad to think that, you know, we had this Beth and that Kate, you know, she made the choice. She made the choice to save her, but that means she's made the choice to abandon Alice twice now. Now, I think this time around it was 100% the right choice. And to be honest, I think when she was a kid, it was not a wrong choice. I mean, okay, yeah, we know now that she probably could have gone in the car and saved her sister, but at the same time, who's to guarantee that the crash was caused by the same thing? Maybe in Beth's universe, the car was a bit more stable on the thing, and so she was able to get her. You know, maybe in our universe, they'd have both ended up going over, you know, so I don't think it's as cut and dry as just she could have saved her. But Kate will always have to live with that guilt now, and she will always have to live with the guilt that she let Alice die again. And, you know, okay, yeah, this time, Alice is a psychopathic serial killer who Kate has given thousands of chances to. All the beginning of this season, she gave her chance after chance after chance, and Alice continually kept killing. Yeah, she wanted her to see that she was a killer. And, you know, I do think that there's a good chance that Beth is in there somewhere, but at the same time, I feel like the show is getting us further and further away from the point where that would be reasonable as a plot device. So I don't know, I'm not thrilled. I mean, I really, really enjoyed the episode. But, you know, I didn't find Alice's death, like, I might have been crying if I thought she was going to stay dead, just because the emotions of that for Kate, but I was like, oh, in a minute, Kate's going to be really upset because Alice is going to wake up, and then it happened. Like, it was very predictable in a way, but also, I just think it could have been done better. I feel like there were so many ways they could have got out of this situation that they didn't take, and I know that in stressful situations you don't necessarily think clearly, but yeah. If Mary's blood is just a cure-all, then anytime like anyone has any kind of disease or poison, surely just grab that stuff. Mary could just be a walking blood bank for any Batwoman characters or Arrowverse characters if they ever get ill. But yeah, I did enjoy that episode. I mean, I enjoyed Kate and Beth getting to talk as crushing as it is now, knowing that Kate had a soulmate who's obviously Sophie. And, you know, that they were super close, and that Kate kind of got that moment with her normal sister, with her sister that she should have had. And I would like to think, like, I would have liked to think that it would have been some kind of a wake-up call for Alice, like the morality or the fact that she didn't choose her because, as Kate said, you showed me who you were, and who you are is a murderer. But I think with Alice's mental state, that is just going to be, you're now one of my enemies too, and I'm not going to hold back, I'm going to kill everyone. You know, I worry about where Alice is going to go next, because she's probably going to get even crazier. It would have been nice if maybe seeing Beth, and okay, yeah, she was like, oh, she's boring. You know, okay, Alice, you don't have to be boring, but you can be less murdery. See, I really don't know where the show's going to go, because I think, I mean, if we're 10 seasons in and Alice is still running around, it will get old, so I feel like they're going to have to do something there. Maybe Crisis came a bit early in that sense, so like maybe if Crisis had come in season 2 or 3, then they could have actually kept Beth, but I think it coming in the middle of season 1, we haven't explored Alice to her fullest potential yet, so that's really sad. And, you know, I'm just, for Kate, you know, she felt Alice die in her arms. And it was her choice, and it was the right choice because Alice is a psychopathic murderer and Beth has never done anything wrong ever. So, you know, even if it wasn't her sister's, you know, I think the correct decision to make, if you have to make it, you know, if it's, you know, the trolley problem, like with the train, if you've got a serial killing mass murderer or an innocent person who's never hurt anyone, if you have to kill one of them, you will kill the murderer. I mean, ideally speaking, you could just get the murderer off the track, send them to prison for life. I'm not I don't agree with capital punishment, but you know, like, I think in this situation she made the right choice. And like she said, the fact that Beth, even though knowing Alice was a psychopath, was kind of being like, you know, I understand if you want to go and save her, that's fine. Are you sure you want to do this? And so it's just really sad to me that this wonderful person has died. You know, that makes me really sad, even though I only knew this Beth. I mean, Rachel Skarsten is a brilliant actress, but even though we barely knew this Beth, we just knew her as an idea of what Kate wished she could have had. It's so upsetting and crushing in a way. And I just worry about Kate going forward, because not only has she got this burden of, I could have saved Beth in the first place, now she's got the burden of, I had to pick between them, and I picked Alice, and Alex knows that, and Alice is alive, and Beth died, the sister I thought I had her back, and now she's been taken from me. You know, it's all extremely messed up, and I'm feeling a lot of things. So yeah, I guess this episode, the other things that happened was Jacob Kane getting attacked in prison, and then that guy being like, oh, you can help me out if you get out of here. I mean, at this rate, I don't see that they're going to be getting out of here unless Mouse's dad is going to, like, go and testify for them just because he wants to, like, keep on the in or something. He's going to get a shock when he finds out that he actually didn't kill Alice. And, you know, also, interestingly, Sophie thinks Alice is dead. So is she going to know Luke was with Alice and Luke was, like, sobbing over Alice? I mean, is she going to find out that there was a Beth? I mean, what is going to happen there? Is Luke going to get in trouble for, you know, helping Alice escape? Or is Sophie going to assume that, like, he was coerced or something, but then he was, like, sobbing over her death and, like, joking with her? And then also, if they think Alice is dead, like, if Sophie doesn't find out that that wasn't Alice, then they're not going to be looking for Alice anymore. And so, okay, yeah, she's very noticeable, but at least in the meantime, she'll be on the down low. So there is a lot happening here, and I'm extremely stressed. I'm really, really sad. So yeah, thank you for watching.